At the edge of sleep, reality softens. The body lies still, yet the mind drifts across unseen tides. A gentle hum vibrates through every cell, as if another self is stirring. Shadows glow faintly, the air seems alive, and time bends into silence. One begins to sense the astral world waiting beyond the veil of ordinary perception. As the astral body awakens, waves of vibration ripple across the being. It feels like energy, not pain, a rhythm pulsing from within. The traveler learns to surrender to it, neither resisting nor clinging. This moment is delicate. Fear pulls you back. Calm propels you forward. With trust, the separation deepens, and the physical world begins to fade. Suddenly, the sense of gravity loosens, and a subtle self detaches from the flesh. It is like slipping from a heavy coat into a lighter skin. The room is visible but transformed. Objects shimmer, walls breathe softly. One realizes they are hovering just above their sleeping form, both familiar and profoundly other. The astral plane has revealed its first doorway. With tentative movement, the astral traveler rises. Walking is replaced by gliding, thought itself becomes motion. A mere intention lifts them across the room. The sensation is both exhilarating and fragile, as if carried by invisible winds. Below, the physical body rests in silence, while above the traveler tastes freedom beyond the ordinary laws of weight and form. Stretching behind, a luminous thread binds soul to body. Ancient texts called it the silver cord, the eternal tether of life. It glows faintly, unbreakable until death's moment. Through it, the astral traveler remains connected, safe from losing their way. It is the assurance that no matter how far one roams, the return is always possible. Beyond the walls of the room, a vast landscape unfolds. Cities shimmer with impossible architecture, towers of crystal, bridges of light, streets paved with flowing colors. These astral cities are shaped by collective thought, living archives of humanity's dreams and fears. Here the traveler walks amidst the creations of countless minds, woven into luminous form. In this subtle realm, other presences appear. Some are fellow travelers, luminous and curious. Others are entities older than human memory, guides or watchers. Communication is not spoken but felt, a direct exchange of thought and emotion. A single glance conveys entire histories. The astral dimension becomes a meeting ground of souls beyond words. Not all encounters are gentle. Some regions of the astral are dense, shaped by fear, anger, or unresolved shadows. Guardians stand at the thresholds, testing the courage of those who enter. They are not enemies, but mirrors. Facing them reveals the fears one carries. The traveler learns that the astral is both sanctuary and challenge, light and shadow intertwined. Among the deepest mysteries is the Hall of Records, sometimes called the Akashic Library. Endless corridors stretch with books of light, each a life, a memory, a thought. Here the traveler glimpses the collective memory of the world, pages turned by intention, and within them one sees not only the past but futures still possible, awaiting choice. Time in the astral does not flow like a river, but unfolds like a tapestry. Past, present, and future coexist, shimmering in layers of perception. One may witness childhood while standing in tomorrow. The traveler discovers that time is not a line but a field, and consciousness, by shifting focus, can wander through its endless gardens. Rising further, the astral dissolves into finer realms. Colors beyond earthly sight flood the vision, and sound becomes pure harmony. Here, forms vanish into essence, and awareness feels bathed in unity. These higher planes are not reached by desire, but by resonance. The purity of one's inner state opens the gates, not force or will. Every journey must return. The silver cord pulls gently, guiding back to the body. Re-entry can be soft or sudden, like slipping into water or crashing into stone. The lesson is not escape, but integration. What is seen in the astral must be carried into waking life, as insight, healing, and deeper understanding of the self. The morning after, memories linger like fragments of a dream. Symbols, emotions, and visions weave into daily thought. Slowly, patterns emerge, guidance, warnings, inspiration. The astral speaks not in clear words but in resonance. Those who practice learn to listen, to recognize the echoes of their nightly journeys in the subtle coincidences of the day. Why explore the astral? Not for spectacle, but for growth. Each voyage is a mirror reflecting hidden parts of oneself, to heal, to learn, to touch unity with others beyond words. This is the purpose. The astral teaches that consciousness is vast, unbound by walls of flesh or clocks of time. It reminds us that life is more than matter. The astral is not a destination, but a frontier. Each journey reveals another horizon, another depth of the mystery. It is a reminder that human consciousness is still unfolding, still reaching. And as long as there are seekers who dare to step beyond the veil, the astral frontier will continue to open, infinite, radiant, waiting. The astral world is not a single realm, but layered like a vast onion of existence. Each layer vibrates at a different frequency, subtle to dense, radiant to shadowed. Travelers shift between these planes not by distance, but by state of mind. Anger draws to heavier zones. Clarity and peace lift one higher. The cosmos mirrors the traveler's own soul. In the astral, thought is creative power. Imagine a garden and flowers bloom. Think of a storm and clouds gather. The realm responds instantly, shaping itself to intention. Beginners may stumble in chaos, their fears forming landscapes of confusion. With discipline, the traveler learns to focus, building serene temples or luminous paths with pure thought. Drifting further, one may encounter a vast current, a river made not of water but of luminous beings. It is the flow of souls moving between worlds, some arriving, some departing. To enter this current is to sense unity, countless lives streaming together. It is both humbling and liberating. The individual dissolves into the living ocean of spirit. Throughout history, mystics have spoken of teachers who guide the astral. These figures appear in forms the seeker can understand. Monks, sages, or beings of pure radiance. They are not masters of the traveler, but companions of learning. Lessons are given not in words, but in impressions, direct insights that carve themselves into the soul. Not all parts of the astral are open. Some areas lie behind thresholds, radiant gates that vibrate with mystery. To pass requires alignment, not force. A gate may dissolve when approached with humility, yet resist arrogance. Each portal leads to new regions, strange and vast, reminding the traveler that the astral is infinite and endlessly unfolding. Beneath the brighter realms lie heavier planes thick with shadow. Here travelers may encounter echoes of human suffering, fears shaped into forms. These zones are not hells, but reflections of unresolved thought. With compassion, one may bring light into these regions. With fear, one risks becoming trapped in their density. Courage is the key to movement. Some travelers dedicate their journeys to healing. They bring comfort to lost souls, lifting them towards lighter realms. Others channel energy back to the waking world, easing pain in the sick or troubled. Healing in the astral is not done with tools, but with intention, love, and resonance. Compassion itself becomes a medicine of light. In higher astral levels, sound becomes pure vibration. One hears not notes, but living harmonies that flow through the being. Some describe choirs of light, each tone a universe. Others hear a single eternal note that resonates with the heart. These sounds are not heard by ears, but felt by the soul, a music beyond earthly symphony. In the astral, one may meet those who have passed from earthly life. They appear radiant or shadowed depending on their journey. Reunions bring comfort, lessons, or closure. Such meetings remind the traveler that death is not an end, but a transition, a doorway into new states of being where love and memory continue to resonate. Every astral traveler faces trials. Some are external, forms that challenge courage. Others are internal, illusions that tempt the ego. The astral responds to desire, so purity of intent matters deeply. Will is tested not by force, but by clarity. To navigate the astral is to know oneself, for every flaw and strength becomes visible. Beyond human-shaped zones lie elemental kingdoms, realms of fire where beings burn like suns, oceans of living water that whisper songs, forests of endless emerald where trees glow with awareness. These elemental realms are primal energies of creation, the building blocks of both the astral and the material. To meet them is to glimpse the roots of existence. Much of the astral is woven from dreams. Entire landscapes exist because countless sleepers imagined them. Cities of fantasy, kingdoms of myth, even forgotten childhood places appear here. The astral becomes a theater of humanity's imagination, a shared dreamscape where personal and collective visions mix. To walk these lands is to walk inside the mind of humanity. Some speak of watchers, beings who observe but rarely intervene. They stand on astral horizons like statues of light or shadow. Their gaze is immense, timeless. Are they guardians, archivists, or something beyond comprehension? To encounter them is unsettling, yet awe-inspiring, a reminder that the astral is not merely human but cosmic. The greatest challenge is remembering. Most astral journeys dissolve upon waking, fading like mist. Yet fragments can be kept through discipline, writing, meditation, focus. With practice, memory sharpens, and the astral becomes not dreamlike, but real. The traveler learns to weave waking and astral lives together, a bridge between two modes of existence. Even after countless journeys, the astral remains unfathomable. Each discovery reveals another mystery. Its true depth may be endless, stretching into the heart of creation itself. For the seeker, the astral is not a final answer, but an eternal question. It is the horizon of human spirit, always calling, always beyond reach, infinite and radiant. Every astral traveler is tethered by the silver cord, a luminous thread linking spirit to body. It stretches infinitely, unbreakable, until death. Many glimpse it as a glowing strand, pulsing with life. It ensures safe return, a constant reminder that the body awaits. Without it, journeys would risk dissolution, for the cord is the anchor of incarnation. The astral holds mirrors unlike any earthly glass. They reflect not the face but the essence. Desires, fears, forgotten truths. Standing before such mirrors can be unsettling, for one sees both light and shadow within. Some travelers shatter illusions here, emerging with clarity. Others turn away, unable to confront themselves fully. In higher realms, one may stumble upon vast libraries not built of stone but of light. Each book, scroll, or crystal holds not written words, but direct impressions, knowledge flowing into the mind like streams of fire. These archives whisper that the universe is both record and memory, waiting for seekers who dare to read. At certain gateways, travelers meet guardians, beings of immense presence who test readiness. They do not block with force but with resonance. Those misaligned simply cannot pass. Encounters with guardians are moments of humility, lessons in patience. They remind the traveler that entry into deeper mysteries is earned through inner harmony, not ambition. The astral sometimes reflects one's past. Childhood homes, streets long gone, even moments forgotten. Yet they appear charged with strange luminosity, as if sculpted from dreamstone. These landscapes remind us that memory is alive, stored not only in the mind, but woven into subtle layers of reality, waiting to be walked again. Time in the astral does not flow as on earth. Hours may feel like minutes or a moment like a century. Travelers may witness past eras or glimpse possible futures. Yet these visions are not fixed. They are probabilities, shimmering pathways. Astral time is a river with countless branches, each bending towards choice. Color in the astral is alive. It is not mere sight, but vibration, felt in every fiber of the being. To stand in fields of violet is to feel uplifted. To bathe in gold is to sense healing. Colors communicate directly with spirit, bypassing words. The astral paints emotion across reality with living light. Among the astral are beings who weave dreams for humanity. They craft symbolic stories to teach, warn, or inspire. These architects are rarely seen, their presence hinted in recurring motifs across cultures. Myths, visions, even archetypes may be their work. To glimpse one is to realize dreams are not random, but guided currents of spirit. In the upper realms, silence is more profound than any sound. It is not emptiness but fullness, a silence that hums with presence. Here, thought itself dissolves, leaving only awareness. Travelers return changed, unable to describe it fully. Such silence is said to be the breath of creation, where the universe listens to itself. Some travelers report visions of beings weaving threads of destiny. Each thread glows with a life, interlacing into patterns too vast to grasp. Fate here is not rigid, but fluid. The weavers adjust constantly as choices shift. To witness them is to feel both awe and humility, sensing the cosmic tapestry of existence. Not all is calm. At times the astral rages with storms, currents of energy whipping through dimensions. Colors clash, forms dissolve. Travelers caught within must hold their center or be swept into chaos. Yet storms cleanse, sweeping away stagnant thought, renewing the realms with raw vitality. After the tempest, silence returns brighter. Some souls linger too long, lost in illusions of the astral. They wander endlessly, clinging to old desires or fears. To meet them is sorrowful, yet it teaches. Attachment binds, even beyond death. Compassion may guide them upward, but ultimately they must choose release. They remind us that freedom is inner, not outer. Everywhere in the astral, geometry pulses. Shapes of light, spirals, mandalas. They are not decoration, but structure, the architecture of reality itself. To meditate upon these forms is to glimpse universal design, the mathematics of spirit. Sacred geometry reveals that the astral, like the cosmos, is ordered, patterned, and profoundly intelligent. Eventually, the call of the body grows strong. The traveler drifts back, the silver cord pulling gently home, eyes open, and the world feels heavier, slower, yet strangely alive with new meaning. One carries fragments of eternity into the waking day. The astral whispers linger, a reminder that reality is wider than it seems. The astral never closes. Each night in dreams or deliberate journeys, humanity enters its gates. Most forget, but some awaken within and remember. It is an endless invitation, an ocean waiting to be explored. Beyond fear, beyond doubt, lies discovery. The astral is not elsewhere but here, layered upon us, calling the spirit to awaken,